Om Sang Saraswati Namaha. Namaste. Namaste. We're going to begin with the Homa. And remember, this is a beginner's Homa, so it's not full and complete, but it is sufficient for all of us to enkindle our divine fire and consecrate the fire so that we can begin to make offerings on our own. And also, I'd like you to remember that we already have a fire burning here, so we're going to use one corner of our Hawan Kund in order to enkindle the divine fire. You can make your fire in any practical place where you can perform your worship. So you can use a fireplace, you can use a small container, you can use a round container, you can use a pot. We often made yagyas in the parks, and we often made them we made little containers, almost like a barbecue, that would contain the fire, and then we could perform the Homa in that container. So we're just using one corner of our Hawan Kund just to demonstrate the process of enkindling the fire and making our offerings. I assume that everybody has some rice and offerings to with which to share. Etaganda pushpe om panir yogapitaya namaha. Etaganda pushpe om panir chaitanyaya namaha. Etaganda pushpe om agni murtate namaha. Now we're going to set our wood. And it's most practical to make a square. A square consisting of 3 layers. And the 3 layers stand for Sattva, Raja, and Tamaguna. Om Bhur Bhuvasva Tatsa Bhutur Varinyam Parvo Deva Shrimaki Dio Yola Prachodayat. And you want to set one piece on the bottom of the floor and put some camphor in the corners. Om Bhur Bhuvasva Tatsa Bhutur Varinyam Bargo Devasya Dhimaki Dhiyo Yoga Prachodayat. Now we take 3 sticks and we wrap some cotton around the ends, and then we dip them in ghee, and then after they're dipped in ghee, we put some powdered camphor over the ends. Om Bhur Bhuvasva Tatsa Bhutur Varinyam Pargo Devasya Dhimaki Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhur Bhuvasva Tatsa Bhutur Varinyam Pargo Devasya Dhimaki Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhur Bhuvasva Tatsa Bhutur Varinyam Pargo Devasya Dhimaki Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. And circumambulate your stack of wood 3 times. Om Bhur Bhuvasva Tatsa Bhutur Varinyam Pargo Devasya Dhimaki Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Bhur Bhuvasva Tatsa Bhutur Varinyam Pargo Devasya Dhimaki Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. And place the 3 sticks that are enkindled on the side of the Hawan Kund. Boshat. Pat, pat, pat. Bong Ram Namah. And leave one stick to the side and take the other two sticks and circumambulate the Hanuman Kund or the stacks of wood. Om Sarva Mangala Mangalige Shive Sarvartha Sadike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostate Srishti Stiti Pinasana Shakti Bhute Sanatani Gunashraye Gunamaye Narayani Namostate Sharanagata Dinartha Poritran Prayane Sarvashyarti Yare Devi Narayani Namostate. And now we'll place the sticks into the Hanuman Kund and enkindle the fire and ignite the camphor. Vaishravanaya Pidmake Lalilaya Dimake Tano Agni Prachodaya. And we'll take the third stick and stick it in the side, from the side view, and take some kindling wood and place it in the center. And now we'll use the Upasangahar Mudra. Assemble! Everyone assemble! Vayami Agnim Pratamang Swastaye Vayami Mitra Varuna Bihavase Vayami Ratrim Jagato Navishani Vayami Devang Savitara Mutaye Hiranya Garbha Samavarta Tagre Bhutasya Jatas Patireka Asid Tadadara Pritivinya Bhute Mang Kasmai Devaya Kabisha Bidvema Yatha Bidvang Harankarabra Vishwevya Koyachatevya Ha Ayamate Tveyapi Yang Yachaham Chakrima Bhakyam Twamagde Pratamanganjirasha Rishi Devo Deva Nama Bhava Siva Saka Tava Brate Kavayo Vibanapaso Ajayanta Marato Brajatishtaya Twam Mukam Sarvadeva Nam Saptachira Vidmate Te Agacha Bhagavanate Gesmin Sanida Baba Om Agni Re Pura Om Vaishvanara Jata Veda Ihavaka Lokitaksha Sarva Karmani Sadhya Sva Om Agni Re Puro Kutam Yagyasya Devam Ritvitam Otaram Ratadatamam Om Agni Prajulitam Bande Chata Vedam Hutasanam Suvarna Varna Marmalam Samidam Tikhatomukam Om Agnaye Namaka Agni Tvam Shiva Pranamasi Om Bhagishwarim Ritusnatam Nilendu Varalochadam Bhagishwarena Sangyukam Pira Bhavasamambitam Etakanda Pushpe Om Ring Bhagishwaryaki Namah Etakanda Pushpe Om Ring Bhagishwaraya Namah Etakanda Pushpe Agni Hiranya Bhiv Sapta Jihwabhyo Namah Etakanda Pushpe Om Sahasra Tirshir Hidayaya Namah Ityagate Sharanyevyo Namah Etakanda Pushpe Agnaye Jata Veda Sayita Vyashtamurtivyo Namah Etakanda Pushpe Brahmidyashta Shaktivyo Namah Eti Gandha Pushpe Padmadhyashtani Devyo Namaka. Eti Gandha Pushpe Om Indradi Lokapalevyo Namaka. Eti Gandha Pushpe Vajradhyastrebhyo Namaha. Eti Gandha Pushpe Vanir Chaitanyaya Namaka. Eti Gandha Pushpe Agni Murtaje Namaka. Om Agnaye Namaka. Rang, 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 rang. And now we make jap of Ram. It's the Bij mantra of Agni, 108 times. Om Agnaye Namaha. And now we'll offer some ghee. Chit Pingala Kana Kana Daka Daka Pacha Pacha Sarva Gyapakya Gyapakya Swaha. Chit Pingala Kana Kana Daka Daka Pacha Pacha Sarva Gyapakya Gyapakya Swaha. Chit Pingala Kana Kana Daka Daka Pacha Pacha Sattva Gyapaka Gyapaka Swam. And now we can begin the mantras of our Sankalpa. Of course, we'll like to start with Ganesh. Om Gam Ganapataye Swam. Om Hrim Chandikaye Swam. Om Ring Sring Dum Durgaye Swaha. Om Krim Kaliye Swaha. Om Sring Lakshmi Swaha. Om Sam Saraswati Swaha. Om Bom Brahmane Swaha. Om Klim Vishnave Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Hanganamate Rudratpakaya Kumpat Swaha. Om Navagrakevya Swaha. Om Bu Shwa. Om Bua Swaha. Om Swa Swaha. Om Bur Bua Swaha. Now, if you choose to sing any stotram or sing any scripture or recite any other mantras, whatever mantras you choose will come at this point. At the completion of which, we'll offer Purnahuti. Purnahuti, we offer a coconut. Om Ditahe Purva Prana Buddhi Deha Dharma Dikarato Jagrat Swapna Shushukta Yastabasta Shu Manasa Bachaha Karmana Kastabhyam Pabhyam Buddhari Dasitna Yakritam Yadyuktam Yatsmitam Tatsarvam Brahmarpanam Bhavatu Swaha Mamadiyam Chasakalam Sri Chandika Charane Samatake Om Tat Sat. And then we offered the coconut. Om Brahmarpanam Brahma Hopir Brahma Agnav Brahmanakutam Brahmake Patena Gantapyam Brahmakarma Samadhina Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate Om Santi Shanti Shanti. And we make the Visarjana Mudra. Remember when we took the Sankalpa, we put the flower there. Now, take your left palm and put it out straight. And take the baby finger and the ring finger and the middle finger. Take your right hand and put it facing you and interlace those three fingers. And now, flip it upside down. Pick up the flower and say, Shamasya, and put it back in your chest. Take those three fingers, lace them together, turn them upside down, pick up the flower, and then put it back in your chest. Shamshya. And then we give everyone a tilak. Triyayusham Jamadatne Kashyapasya Triyayusham Deveshu Triyayusham Pranovastu Triyayusham. Let's go back and read the meanings of the mantras that we've just recited and talk about the meaning of the fire ceremony. Of course, in the midst of the fire ceremony comes any pot, any scripture that you wish to recite. So we began with these scented flowers, Om, we bow to the place of union with the divine fire. With these scented flowers, we bow to the consciousness of the divine fire. With these scented flowers, we bow to the deified image of the divine fire. And then we set the wood in the Hanuman Puja and lit the 3 torches with the Gayatri mantra. Om, the infinite beyond conception, the gross body, the subtle body, and the causal body. We meditate upon that light of wisdom, which is the supreme wealth of the gods. May it grant to us increase in our meditations. We continued to recite that Gayatri mantra as we circumambulated the fire 3 times. We circumambulated the Hanuman Puja 3 times and set the fire on our right side. And then with our open hands facing up, the ultimate purity was shot. And with Abhishek, with a little bit of the water from our Samanya Argha, but purify, purify, purify. And now clapping, hattali, but purify, purify, purify. Ankush Mudra, cut the ego, Dana Mudra, also called the Amritikaran Mudra, bomb, liberate. And Yoni Mudra, purifying consciousness, Ram. And now, Prakshan means I bow to you. We bow. Now we set 1 stick to the side, take 2 sticks and circumambulate the fire. The 1 stick we set to the side, we say, Hum Fat Krabya Dibhyo Namaha. Cut the ego and purify all evil beings. Encircle the Hanuman Puja 3 times with the 2 fire sticks, and we sing the mantras to the auspicious of all auspiciousness, to the good, to the accomplisher of all objectives, to the source of refuge, to the mother of the 3 worlds, to the goddess who is rays of light, exposer of consciousness, we bow to you. You are the eternal energy of creation, preservation, and destruction in all existence, that upon which all qualities depend, that which limits all qualities, exposer of consciousness, we bow to you. For those who are devoted to you and take refuge in you, you save from all discomfort and unhappiness. All worry you take away, O goddess, exposer of consciousness, we bow to you. And now we enkindle the divine fire with the Gayatri of fire. Om, we meditate upon the all-pervading being, contemplate the luminous one, who is the final resting place of all. May that divine fire, the light of meditation, the light of purity, the light of purification, the light of, fire purifies everything, grant us increase. Upasamgar Mudra means assemble. I'm calling you to assemble. Please, everybody, come into the assembly. Let's all come together. I'm calling you, Agni, the divine fire, the light of meditation, first to grant success. I'm calling you friendship and the continuous flow of equilibrium also to receive this offering. I'm calling the night of duality who covers the universe. I am calling the light of wisdom, the divine being, to rise up within us. So now here, yajna comes from the root, the same root as yoga. Yuj means to unite. The union between the light of the fire in the Ajna chakra, the light of wisdom and the light of meditation, the Agni burning on the altar of the Ajna chakra, and the light that's burning in the Havan Kund unite. This is the objective measurement of this. The outer fire is the objective measurement, the perceivable, manifested form of the light of wisdom which is shining within me. I can see how bright is my light of meditation. So I'm calling all divine beings to rise up within us. Oh, golden womb, and you can see how he got that name, golden womb. He's golden and he's the womb of all existence. You are the one eternal existence from which all beings born on the earth have come forth. You all came forth from the light of wisdom. You always bear the earth and all that rises upon us. You tell us, to which God shall we offer our knowledge and attention? How do we discriminate what is pure and what is impure? How do we determine to whom we should focus our attention or offer our oblations, or offer our knowledge? Who do we serve when we're in this manifested existence? I want you to give me the answer. Otherwise, who knows where I might end up? I might be called to any influence that inspires me in any direction at any time. So let you be the judge. Through knowledge of this eternal cause, all beings born in the universe have come forth. It is in you, O Agni, O light of meditation, in the flame of sacrifice, that this constant movement will find rest. It all came forth from you. It's all going to dissolve into you. You are the only place of refuge in your proximity. We're all going to end up inside you. Please, you give us rest. Consume all the extraneous thoughts that are going on. Let them all be offerings to your divine fire. You, O divine light of meditation, are the first among the performers of spiritual discipline. Spirituality began with the enkindling of the fire. You are a seer, a god. Your name became one with all the gods. You are the friend of Shiva, the consciousness of infinite goodness. Through devotion to you, all the inspired poets, the rishis who propounded Vedic knowledge and the wisdom of universality, they come to divine knowledge, as did the Bharats, the 49 gods of severe penance, did come forth from your worship. Hey, Agni, you're not only a fire and a light of wisdom and a light of meditation and a light of purity, but you're also You're an example to us. You show us how human beings become rishis by your association. And the rishis become gods. And gods become one with all the gods. And all the gods become the friend of Shiva. Just like so many who have preceded us along this path. Most recently was Ramakrishna. A being walked the earth, who sat beside you, who practiced you, who inculcated your bhav, your purity, your clarity, your divine light of meditation, and then he became a seer, and he became a god. And now we have temples to him all around the world. 100 years after his passing, people are worshiping in front of him. This is the path. Just as in the past, so also in the present. And so it will continue into the future. You are the mouth of all the gods. With your 7 tongues you accept the offerings. Come here, O Lord of divine fire, and take your seat in the midst of our sacrifice. And remember, our sacrifice means yajna. And our sacrifice, yajna means, our yagyasmin sanidha bhava. You sit here in the midst of this yajna, in this union between the objective measurement of my light of wisdom, of my light of meditation, of my light of purity, with the divine fire in the Hanuman Puja. Om, O universal being, knower of all, come here with your red eyes. All of our karma, burn it. I am one with God. Just enjoy it. Eat it all. Om Agni, light of meditation, you are the priest of the sacrifice. Serving the offering of the divine nectar of immortality, you give jewels to those who offer. Well, you certainly do give jewels to those who offer. Look at the wealth of the devotion of worshipers. We lovingly adore the divine fire, light of meditation, sparkling, flaming brightly, knower of all, recipient of our offerings. With his excellent golden color everywhere, his omnipresent mouths are devouring oblations. Oh, we bow to the divine fire. O divine fire, we are now calling you by the name Shiva, the consciousness of infinite goodness. And here you can substitute the name of any deity who will be the Ishta of your yajna. If you're singing the Chandi Path, it will be Chandi. If you're singing the Kali Sahasranam, it will be Kali. It will be Lakshmi. It will be Vishnu. Om Tvam Agni Tvam Amukadeva Devi. Various names. Any name that we choose, we are calling you. We're calling you by the name of God. The Supreme Goddess of Speech, dear Mother Saraswati, has just completed her bath following her monthly course of menstruation. With eyes of blue, bestowing boons, she moves into union with Bhagishwar, the Brahma, the Lord of all vibrations. So Saraswati, who is the goddess, the supreme goddess of all vibrations, Bhagishwari, and all speech, and all knowledge, she moves into union with Bhagishwar, with Brahma, and the Lord of all vibration, and together they create the bhav, or intensity of reality, the attitude which unites all. With these scented flowers, Om, we bow to the supreme goddess of speech, or all vibrations. With these scented flowers, Om, we bow to the supreme Lord of speech, or all vibrations. With these scented flowers, we bow to the 7 tongues of the divine fire, like golden, etc. Kali, Karali, Monojwala, Suloita, Sudumra Varna, Ugra, Svulingini, and Pradiptva, black, increasing, formidable, swift as thought, excellent shine, purple. You can see the purple right down along the base. Fearful, giving light. With these scented flowers, we bow to the heart from which emanates 1,000 rays. Look at the heart of all existence. In this way, establish the divine fire in the 6 centers of the body. Ram. Read that guy in the morning. With these scented flowers, we bow to the divine fire, the knower of all, etc., in his 8 forms of worship. Jataveda, Saptajiva, Vaishwanara, Habya Bahan, Ashwadaraja, Kumaratij, Vishwamukh, Devamukh, the knower of all, the 7-tongued, universal being, carrier of oblations, fire of the stomach and the lower areas, from which the son of Shiva is born, which can devour the universe, the mouth of the gods. With these scented flowers, we bow to the 8 Shaktis, or energies, like Brahmi, etc. Brahmi, Narayani, Maheshwari, Chamunda, Kumari, Aparajita, Varaki, Narasimhi. The creative energy, the energy of Brahma. Exposer of consciousness, Narayani. The energy of the seer of all. The slayer of passion and meanness. The ever pure one, the unconquerable. The boar of sacrifice. The man-lion of courage. With these scented flowers, we bow to the 8 treasures of the Lord of Wealth, like Padma, and that's Padma, Mahapadma, Shankha, Makar, Kacha, Mukunda, Nanda, Nil. The lotus of peace, the great lotus of universal peace, the concha ball vibrations, the emblem of love, the tortoise, the emblem of support, the crest gem, bliss, the blue light within like a sapphire. With these scented flowers, we bow to Indra and the protectors of the 10 directions. Indra, Agni, Jam, Nairita, Varuna, Vayu, Kuber, Isana, Brahma, and Vishnu. In the east, southeast, south, southwest, and west. In the northwest, north, northeast, above, and below. The 10 directions. With these scented flowers, we bow to the thunderbolt and other weapons, all the astras, all the weapons we worship and praise. Vajra, Shakti, Danda, Karga, Pasa, Ankush, Kada, Trishul, Padma, or Kamandalu, and the chakra. That's Indra's thunderbolt, Agni's spear or dart, or energy, Yam's staff, Nerit's sword, Varuna's net or noose, Vayu has a hook, or it's also a curved sword, Kuber's mace, Isana's trishul or trident, Brahma's lotus or his begging bowl, and Vishnu's discus. Those are the 10 implements of the 10 deities. With these scented flowers, we bow to the consciousness of the divine fire. With these scented flowers, we bow to the image of the divine fire, the light of meditation. We bow to the divine fire. Rang, 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 rang. And remember, Ra is the subtle body. Is consciousness. Ma is perfection. Rang, the manifestation of perfection in the subtle body of consciousness. And now we recite what becomes the Mool mantra of Yajna. Om Chit Pingala Hana Hana Daha Daha Pacha Pacha Sarva Gyapakya Gyapakya Swaha. the infinite beyond conception, consciousness, the subtle canal which rises, purify, burn, bring to perfection, all wisdom, I am one with God. And now we begin the Homa of our Sankalpa. We begin by celebrating all the goddesses and then all the gods. Om, we bow to she who tears apart thought. I am one with God. Om, we bow to the reliever of difficulties. I am one with God. Om, we bow to she who is beyond time, also the goddess who takes away darkness. I am one with God. Om, we bow to the goddess of true wealth. I am one with God. Om, we bow to the spirit of all-pervading knowledge. I am one with God. Om, we bow to the creative consciousness. I am one with God. Om, we bow to the consciousness which pervades all. I am one with God. Om, we bow to the consciousness of infinite goodness. I am one with God. Om, we bow to the highest principle, to Hanuman, the manifestation of the reliever of sufferings. Cut the ego, purify. I am one with God. Om, we bow to the 9 planets. I am one with God. And then we recite whatever text we have chosen to recite for this Sankalpa, after which we make Purnahuti. And the Purnahuti mantra says, Om, thus the full and complete intelligence of the life force, the cause of Dharma, the way of truth to perfection has been given. Waking consciousness, dreaming consciousness, or thinking, and consciousness in dreamless sleep, intuitive consciousness in which all thoughts are situated. So we have the gross body, the subtle body, and the causal body of consciousness. All perception, all speech has been offered with folded hands, raised in respect while bowing to the lotus feet. That activity, that union, that memory, all of that has been offered to the Supreme Divinity. I am one with God. All of me and all that belongs to me entirely, I surrender to the feet of the respected, whoever your deity is, Chandika, she who tears apart thought. Om Tat Sat, the infinite, that is truth. Om, the Supreme Divinity makes the offering. The Supreme Divinity is the offering, offered by the Supreme Divinity in the fire of the Supreme Divinity. By seeing the Supreme Divinity in all actions, one realizes that Supreme Divinity. Om, that is whole and perfect, full and complete. This is whole and perfect. From the whole and perfect, the whole and perfect becomes manifest. If the whole and perfect issue forth from the whole and perfect, even still, only the whole and perfect will remain. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Maaf kijiyega. Shamashwa. Please forgive me. I'm taking you back into myself. And now we offer a Tilak. 3 lifetimes filled with peace is the blessing of Jamad Agni, literally, he who gives birth to fire. He was a great rishi, and he also gave birth to the fire, and he was illuminated like the fire, and his name became Jamad Agni. And he irradiates like the light of the fire. And he's giving you 3 lifetimes filled with peace and bliss. Sham. And for every grain that went into the fire. From the Muni Kashyap, 3 lifetimes filled with peace, bliss. For every grain that went into the fire. From all the gods, 3 lifetimes filled with peace and bliss. And Srima and I join in giving another 3 lifetimes filled with bliss. Tannoastu. Let it be unto you, Triyayusham. 3 lifetimes filled with bliss, with peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And that's 12 lifetimes filled with peace and bliss for all the spiritual exercises that we are performing all through our lives. And that's a lot of lifetimes filled with bliss and peace. Om Sam Saraswati Namaha. Do we have any questions about how to perform a beginner's fire ceremony?
I have a question from Penny from the Netherlands.
Namaste, Henima.
If circumstances do not allow us to have a fire, is there any benefit in performing the Homa mentally, visualizing the fire?
Absolutely. Absolutely, there's a great benefit. Just close your eyes and look at the Hawan Kund, the fire burning right here in your Agnya Chakra, and make all the offerings mentally. Certainly you will get even greater benefits than performing the external Havan. However, in order to have such a visualization, it's very helpful to have performed the outside Havan so you know what you're looking for. So, if you can meditate on the Homa fire, please do. And if you can't, you can make a small fire. It need not be a raging conflagration. It can be just a small little fire. And just keep it in a bowl and put a few twigs on it. Or matchsticks. That will do too.
I have a series of questions from Tukaram.
Yes, Tukaram.
First of all, the prayer to the rosary says to hold the rosary on the right hand. Why do we hold the mala in the left hand when the mantra says to hold it in the right?
Because when you're offering with your right hand, then the only way you can keep count is with your left. So when you are not making offerings and just doing japa, you hold the mala in the right hand, Tukaram. But when you are making offerings, you make the offerings with the right hand, swaha, and you count the number of mantras with the left.
What size or shape container should we use for the Homa?
As big as you can.
And does it matter if we burn cow dung, wood, or fire starter logs for Homa? What kind of wood is best used for the fire besides dry?
There are 7 kinds of wood that are specifically enumerated in the tantras as to being appropriate for Homa. But here around the world, all those 7 kinds are not available. They are sal, palash, damur, bel, am. I got 5. I'll give you the other 2 if you write me an email. So those 7 are not always available. Banch, that's 6. And if you can't get any other wood, you can add. You really don't want a cow dung yagya is different from a wood yagya. In a wooden yagya, you get flame and heat. In a cow dung yagya, you only get heat. You won't get the amount of flame. So if your objective is to measure how brightly is your inner light burning, then you'll want to make a wooden fire, not a cow dung fire. And fire starter logs are made with synthetic materials. So you'll want to avoid them. They are compressed sawdust with glue and all kinds of wax and other kinds of materials. So those synthetic materials you will want to avoid. Now, it's not necessary for everyone to try to make a yagya of this size in every circumstance. This is a special circumstance where we constructed a special ashram that was situated in the woods, where we had plenty supply of wood, and we could conduct a yajna of this size. Otherwise, you can be a little more humble and a little more modest in your yajnas. The point is that you do it. It will grow. There is no question. It will grow.
Sometimes cow dung or mud poo-poo is applied to the dhuni. Do you have guidelines for doing this? Is this necessary?
Is it necessary? No, but it is a purification. And we often, not only to the dhuni, but to the entire seating area, apply cow dung and water as a plaster. And it's a very sanitary, antiseptic substance. It's used for purification. And amongst the panchagabya, the 5 products that come from the cow dung is extremely pure. The other 4 are milk, yogurt, ghee, cow urine, and cow dung. Those are the panchagabya, and in many ceremonies, people mix the 5 together and make that as an offering. They use the cow dung as a plaster. But that was in the olden days. Today we have cement, which is more lasting. See, when you do a cow dung plaster, you have to do it every day. We lived in many villages where we plastered the floor with cow dung every day. And we also used it for plaster on the walls. You didn't use it as plaster on the ceiling because when it dries, it's flop. It falls. But you use it mostly for cooking. They use it as a cooking fuel. And they make patties and they put it on the walls and they stick to the walls, and then when they dry, they fall off. People come along in the evening, pick them up, and they break them up and they put them into chula, which is almost like a mud pot. A bucket filled with mud, and then they break up the cow dung patties that are dried, they put them inside, they pour a little kerosene on it, and it becomes like a charcoal briquette. And they use that as a cooking source of heat. It's now so labor intensive that many people are moving towards more modern preparations, more modern facilities. Yes, please.
On page 152 at the start of the Homa, you offer 3 flowers with mantras.
Yes.
Is the placement of those flowers in any particular fashion?
No, it could be just a triangle in 3 places. You're making a kamakala, an equilateral triangle, which is comprised of the divine place of union, or the place of union of the divine fire, the consciousness of the divine fire, and the deified image of the divine fire. You can place the 3 flowers. But if you have a big Hanuman Puja like this, then you can just toss them into the appropriate places. Are there other questions? This is the beginner's Homa. I would do the advanced Homa every day. Even if I was moving, I would certainly. I wanted to learn, to practice, to memorize, to become acquainted with all of as many mantras as I possibly could. And I took a sankalpa to memorize 2 mantras a week. Not hard. And I used to use that as my walking mantra. And I would take, say 1 mantra with each step. Or I would say the whole mantra as I went along the path. And I would make that my ajapa japa. I would continually recite that mantra, and within a short period of time, 2 mantras a week, you have 100 mantras. That's more than the best of village pundits knows. When you do it, for a couple of years, you're better than a city pundit. And when you've done it for 40 years, you understand a lot of what you're saying.
But you take even those sticks and
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, but instead of making the sticks with cotton, we would use the tilka. We would use little pine twigs, and we would carry a bunch of pine twigs. And whenever we saw a pine, anything made out of pine up in the mountains is very valuable. We would cut it up into little strips. And you saw the lisa, the soaked, the pine pitch is soaked into the twig, and then they make turpentine out of it, and it's highly flammable. So that you could even start a fire with wet wood when you're in the upper higher mountains. It was very important. So wherever we found a collection of twigs, pine pitch, then we would make a bundle and wrap that separately, and we would use those sticks to start the fire.
to start initially, you have to use a match.
There were, yes, in many places, most places, there wasn't fire available. Now, wherever there was fire available, like tonight, we took this pradeep, this light, from the light which was started by rubbing our in the Vedic ceremony, how we started the fire. So we've kept an akhanda pradeep continually burning. One light is continually burning so that we always have a pure source of fire for any pure ceremony that we wish to perform. You have, yes, please.
Why didn't we do Pranapratishta to the fire? Why didn't we put the energy in as we would like? Because
this is the beginner's Homa. In the advanced Homa, we're going to do the Pranapratishta, we're going to do all the offerings, and we're going to, it'll take us about 45 minutes to light the fire according to the advanced system of worship. This is a beginner's Homa where people can get a start. And it's a wonderful, it's a full, complete padoti. It's a full, complete system of worship which will empower people to start worshiping the fire, and then they can move to the Shiva advanced puja and yagya padoti, and then they can move to the Mahachandi yagya padoti. So Shiva is an intermediate yagya, and the Mahachandi yagya padoti is a full advanced. And that's been out of print for a couple of years now.
Homa is different from
Homa is a subset of yagya. A yagya is something that continues for a significant duration. And a homa is of shorter duration. The system of worship is the same. The system of enkindling the fire is the same. We have time for about one more question.
Terry also asks, where do we begin or insert the Homa invocation in the Chandi Puja book?
In the cosmic puja, before you sing the Chandi, you'll want to do the cosmic puja. So inserted after the cosmic puja is complete, then you can do the Homa invocation, and then you can start the Chandi. That would be the best. And if you can't do the cosmic puja, then do what puja you're going to perform, and then perform the Homa Padoti as a part of the puja, and then you can read the Chandi when it comes to that section. Yes? Yes. Yes. This Chikpingala will be the first offerings. Om Sam Saraswati Namaha. Namaste.